a day of testing on the 2025 Beta RC 450, and here's 5 things that I would probably change if I was gonna race this bike. When it comes to tires, I like the Maxxis tires, but the rear tire is more of like a FIM kind of DOT approved type tire. It's got a lot of bounce to it. I would probably go more to something that's more motocross oriented. I know here in the US we have Dunlops, even Maxxis does make an 18-inch rear tire that is a little bit more aggressive, less bouncy, and it could kind of stay planted. So I'd do that. This pipe that Beta has, I think it's part of their build your own Beta program, but it doesn't have a spark arrestor. There's a lot of places that we got to do to where we need to be legal and ride with a spark arrestor. So I would change that to make it just a little bit more legal. We did have this bike overheat on any kind of single track. Add some kind of external fan or like maybe a Boysen supercooler. I don't know if they even make that. Slower trails, it definitely did overheat and kind of spew over. We even got it to where when we were really on it in some deep loam, it wanted to kind of overheat a little bit. So the bike does run hot. So you definitely, if you're gonna be riding this thing off-road on tight technical trails, look into a fan or some kind of maybe even coolant or something along those lines, but it does run on the hot side. And then pegs. I found my foot slipping off a lot. The platform is good and the width and the length of the platform is good, but just maybe like some IMS pegs or maybe some Raptor pegs, even Pro Moto Billet that has those replaceable cleats in it, just to make your feet planted and feel a little bit more planted. Like I said, it was rubbing off a little bit. And then the last thing for off-road on this bike that I would, and it's probably a pretty easy change, is some different mapping. Because when you're down low in the RPMs, feels like it wants to flame out. I had it flame out a couple times, but it feels like it wants to flame out, and then that kind of makes you anticipate it a little bit more. So I'm not really sure if it's a higher idle or some other part in the mapping. We can go to, somebody like Twisted Development that knows exactly what to do there. There's a lot of companies out there that can help with the mapping, but there's a lot of stuff we like about this bike. But that's just 5 things off the top of our head that we would change and maybe make it a little bit better. It might make it a little bit worse, but hey, it's all personal preference.